The first trophy is ours, a major one, the DFB Pokal. We've done it after only getting a National League title with Barrow. Then again, that's not to be laughed at, as today we enter an old competition with bigger dreams now than just that DFB Pokal. Yes, people, here we go. Oh, we've linked with another job at the start of season number 5 of the Journeyman Calamata. Okay, I'm not going to that team, but welcome, yes, to the next season with this as our team. Winners, the lot of them, as a few return from loans like Miranda, Kunz, and Weisinger. Not bad at all, you know, another right back. And this, how it stands, we've got international duty for Mensch, Shada, and Buzayen. Also Machino, our Japanese striker, down on the bench. Maybe in a World Cup year, but yes. Big shout out to Beta 10 Mods for helping us with, of course, getting all the mods running for this massive journeyman. We started in the National League, Tier 5, now in Season 5, top of the Bundesliga, well, basically third, aiming for every title in every major league here in Europe. We've got the Franz Beckenbauer Super Cup against the league winners Frankfurt, who stopped us from winning the title. Look at the goalkeepers they've got to select from. I mean, Milos Gerkes, Robin Kurch. Really good team all the way around. Which stopped us and Bayern only 59 million after getting third and winning the DFB Pokal, which is unusual. Links with other job offers around the world, including now Leeds United. Back in the Premier League. But for the first time in a while, I'm going to stay loyal. After all, we've got the Champions League. We're not expected to do anything in it. They want us to finish in the Champions League places again and now reach the round of 16. I do feel like now we've won the Pokal, we move closer to the Bundesliga, which has to be the aim, and we speak to our assistant, Thomas Muller. Tommy, I want to say, last season you had your reserves about me going back to England. I've had an offer, Leeds United, or I could get the offer in, but I am definitely not going there. I love the relationship between us two, and I want to stay here with Gladbach. Aren't you glad to have me back, Wahey, and be back in coaching? He says, boss, I've had an offer. Osnabrück from the 3rd division of Germany, and I also want to stay for the project. This team is amazing. So glad I took the gamble with you, and now we need to spend our money wisely, try and keep this team doing what it's doing, and try and make it the best in Germany. There we go, that's a true assistant. Danny Rose was as well, but yeah, we want to keep going with Tim Kleinheis, now 34. Goalkeeper is 32. Sanders getting older. Kai Havertz is getting older. But what a player, man. 5-star, 5-star. We do have some positions to swap. I've seen the Yan Couto shouts, but obviously he now has left the club to go to Arsenal. Moya's gone up to a 78, but still is a little bit off a right mid. Same as Gio Reyna as a left. I've decided to go with him on the left. Centre mid is a slot we can sign. Newhouse left the building. Alongside Alvedi, we've got a decent backup keeper now in Javi Miranda, meaning we could sell Matej Popper. We could make a little bit of extra cash and save some for more signings. But look at this. Moya has been scouted. A lot of major teams are eyeing up our absolute German wonder kid, which is not a nice feeling. By the way, we looked at strikers, but Kevin Schade with Gio Reyna going to the left mid position. 2 weeks or 4 weeks off a striker. That is wonderful. Him and Kai Havertz up front could be amazing, but here is the academy. We got one player through last season, 3 play styles. Marlon Schroeter, who looks actually pretty decent, but won't displace the captain with the scout going back over to Germany. I'm going to look for a goalkeeper. Maybe the next Manuel Neuer, as our goalkeeper is 32. We do have this man as well, Camilo Mensch. We've had a really good season. 2 massive offers in here. Tchouameni. Oh my days, and not much money. And then Frankie de Jong. What a bunch of players to throw at Mönchengladbach. And I think I've got to be a stubborn manager. I think the board will back me. 100 million or nothing for this man. And I've got to speak to Camilo Mensch. I've got to say, I'm sorry, lad. I know you're a brilliant player. I will not stop you developing your career. But I am putting 100 million on your head, and I'm saying that is the market evaluation of you. If you've got any issues, come and speak to me. I'll tell you my reasons, but I think you know the reason. And to be fair, he's very understanding. He says as long as 100 million is bid, I want out of the club. I can understand the price tag on my head. And that's nice of him to actually, you know, actually have understanding of football. In the transfer world and financial world, we are selling Steve Kango, and we are getting 103.9 million bid in from FC Barcelona, Camilo Mench. I cannot stand in the way of players. We're also selling Machino. This could turn into a squad rebuild. And we've just won the DFB Pokal. Everybody's leaving us, our two Japanese strikers, Machino and Fukuda. We're going to have to get our own players in here, but there goes Camilo. Absolute outfit malfunction. What are them trousers? But also, what is that move? Camilo's out. Also, a massive bidding for Buzain. Popper out to Hoffenheim. This club's in tatters. I can't reject these decent bids. And that is Samir out the club, leaving us with 187 million, however. And we can spend that. We've seen Fiorentina in real life spend a whole bunch of money just to save themselves. Same as Spurs, and I didn't think in Season 5 we'd have this much money. We've kept hold of our captain, O'Brien. Mahoya's not left. Havertz and Schade, who first of all, we've simmed that much through this transfer window. We can change now to a striker. Doesn't affect that overall, but him running off of Havertz is a little bit better than Nathan Fernandez. Sorry to our Brazilian. He's going to find himself on the bench. And we have prided ourselves on the 4-1-3-2, but potentially now we need to tweak something because teams at the end of last season twigged onto us. It led to us losing a few more games in the 4-1-2-1-2. We'll keep the same similar style with the pluses all round in a new position. Still playing the pressing game, but Kai Havertz into the false 9 role. Moya, 21-year-old, now in his favoured position. With Weisinger getting trusted, he's only 21, 75 overall. He had a loan last year. He could move on to the left with that left foot of his. As the advanced playmaker, no one's known our next move. Get him going. However, now I think we scout worldwide. This man a second choice at Real Sociedad. It's time to splash the cash. Borussia Mönchengladbach. We're signing Mr. I'm going to call him Costa Coffee because that second name is long-winded and I want him energizing us from right back. Signing one in, great potential. And speaking of potential players, the likes of Schröter and Kunz could actually play this season because we don't have many reserves at all. Plus, with us already winning the Pokal, they could potentially play in it because I do want to win it again, but there's not much care in that competition. It is more so the league now, 154 million. And we are being linked now with a Premier League star in Wesley because they know how much the club love versatile players and how much I love Brazilians. And I've got to say, I might actually, well, the papers are helping me instead of me helping the papers, or the tweets. The news articles, I should say, have kind of decided this signing. The second Brazilian of this team, the third in the save, and 62.8 million is almost a record signing. I don't think we can go over that here with Gladbach. Although, like I say, Champions League club. And we've just signed from Fulham. Now, defence. Goalkeeper, Nicholas was really good last year, and I don't want to replace the spine of my team. Plus, with Miranda as a backup, I've spoken as currently having another left back. In Weisinger training, but does he really replace Mensch? I would definitely say no, and I do think we add to the German spine yet again with this man. Aaron Zinter. He's over at Strasbourg, 25-year-old. I'm going for pacey fullbacks. And this signature leaves money to remain for the window in January. 65 million, in fact. Still in our budget. Or 60 after contracts. And I've already made one tweak. I want to still keep that high line. But I have signed 2 wingbacks on the plus, leading Wesley to be a bit more attacking. Probably not what he's used to. We can train that. Same as Gio Reyna, as we step in it up a little bit. Looks like Wrights can drop in as a centre-half. We've basically changed formation. But will this work going forward? We've kept the same shape, even from our Barrow days. And what's the best way to try a new shape? Play against the league title holders in the Super Cup. This couldn't go wrong, could it? If we mess up, we own it, we change back. Nothing can actually stop us from doing this. Plus, this is a glorified friendly with Schade as well up front. We can't forget about the position swaps. Crossing the ball back into our false 9. Moya. Oh, he's offside. You see, though, Havertz in that role. It's nice. It's naughty. Get that tackle in, Big Jim. Might be the time to give him the captaincy, although we've got to keep with Reitz. No changing that right here. Wesley Can he put a cross in here? He's more of a right back. Straight into Sharda. No. I am enjoying the joy we're getting. Just not the finishing. And what a cross from our £62.8 million man. I need to do squad numbers again. Number 8. It's still pre-season. He can have the 8 for now, but I am going to change this around. We're offside there with Reina. Or we're not. Kai Havertz. He's got to win that header. And small glimpses. But my days, that half flew by. New signings are still gelling, by the way, as well. Rico Lewis goes over to Aston Villa. That could have been a choice to bring an Englishman across. But no, we've got Big Jim and Nathan Wood. And we've got Gio Reyna running into the box. If he can shoot, he should have gone for the far corner. And now they're going to counter on us. Right, what I'm seeing straight away, visibility of our wingers is basically not there when we're attacking. But then again, when they make a mistake, our wingers are getting far forward, which I want from them. Here is Gio Reyna. There's a man at the back post. It's the expansive man, Wesley. 62.8 million on the hour mark. He might be winning the second trophy for Gladbach here. Finishing off across from winger to winger. Maybe that cam position stops the centre mid getting in the way of that switch. Tactically, nothing wrong with this shape. Get in. Get in. There's only 3 added minutes. And this is the team we actually struggled to beat in the season. They ran away with the league. So what's to say we can't win it? Wesley into Sharda. He missed in the first half. He misses in the second. Maybe it's the number on his back. Maybe he needs an attacking one. But our new signing probably puts the doubters to bed immediately. Over that transfer fee scores. And it's going to be Rocco Wright to lift the trophy. We can't stop him from being the captain. A brilliant performance. And the second trophy in Gladbach. Our 3rd trophy of the Journeyman. But still, no league titles that we are chasing. And after that, world media praising us. We have got off to a flying start in the league as well. Sensational. Us and Frankfurt, who we just beat in the league form. Both 3 for 3, same as Red Bull Leipzig. And Bayern Munich have never got going. The standings have just changed as we are at our first game. The first game of our Champions League run will be Strasbourg. Now, one of my objectives for the save is to win the Champions League, but it isn't the overall objective. We're going to win 5 titles in the nations we need to go to. But you can't help but get excited about this. Marseille, Apoel, Atleti is going to be the hardest game. Fenerbahce, Juve and Arsenal. And what do we do with this team? Right, the man who used to play for them is suspended in Zeitner. Weisinger, we're still changing over to be in that role. And I should have signed another cam. Then again, I'm giving chances out to other players. I was going to go Kleinheist. He will play in this competition. And hang about, Miranda's in goal. Where has Nicholas gone to? Moritz, no! Elche, no! He's betrayed us here! Oh my days, we've lost our goalie. We've got a 74 rated. We're not going to win a league with that. Right. I feel like an emergency board meeting. Thomas, we've lost our goalie. You're my assistant, but I'm still going to come to you. I'm panicking now. Panic stations. We need a shot stopper. And he says, this is a really bad situation, ain't it? But you brought me in as an assistant for a reason. It might not be the best shout, but leave me with this boss. There is a free agent that used to play here and used to play with me in the national team. I'm going to have a word with an old pal. And it's a good job he bloody well hasn't got a club. And that is Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Okay, he used to play for Gladbach for 8 years before getting the parachute up to the higher tiers of football. But he returns in what isn't a fairy tale story at all. But then kind of is, because he's returning to the club where he played most of his career to be the goalkeeper in the Champions League, which we didn't expect at all. Away from home, and here it is. What an occasion. He's just been called up immediately. Sorry, Miranda. We couldn't trust you for this vital one. Playing later. It's on Sky Sports again. That's unusual for them to actually get the rights back to the Champions League. Let's get going. Biagi, we signed Zeitner from them. He's suspended for his old club. And we need to get ball in here. Malanga around the corner. Kai Havertz. Nathan Fernandez with the tactical tweak, playing in the Champions League. Will it work? Well, that's a brilliant ball from Havertz! Early goal in the Champions League debut game. Nathan Ribeiro Fernandez. Never noticed that name. With his Brazilian teammate Wesley giving him a big hug. He scores. A historic moment for Gladbach and a historic moment for me. Our first Champions League goal here with this club and ever in our journey. And we're starting with Strasbourg. Obviously, it'll get harder. And I still do want to kind of prioritize the Bundesliga. I know it's probably what you don't want to hear, but Yassin gets the right side of Weisler. That's a save from Ter Stegen. Bit rusty, shouldn't be parrying that. But good old Marc-Andre, who has fallen out of favour big time, getting older at Barcelona. Koulibaly, terrible touch. Fernandez is on it. Our Brazilian tricky man. He puts it across. What a ball into Malanga. It is 2-0 before the break, and that is all created by Nathan. The determination from the man of the match so far. It is 2. It is heaven for Mönchengladbach. What a ball whipped in. 2-0, and they've had their chances in this game into the second half. Nathan Fernandez has been booked. And he's not on a hat-trick, is he? He's on 2 goal contributions. Probably the Kleinheist a debut in the Champions League. What a ball! Malanga goes himself and Lunin spills it. And I've gone with it. Kleinheist onto the field. We need him to give a good performance. I don't get what that scurry was from their man there. Matthias Nunes. Looks like they're signing older players as well. Oh, Mateus Nunes. What a half from Fernandez. Maybe puts him into league conversation. But then again, this game ain't done. Strasbourg, that's a terrible tackle from Gio Reyna. Referee's not giving it. I feel like kicking the ball out of play, but Wesley hits the post. Should have been 3. The game over after that as well. We've come and kind of robbed Strasbourg. They've had plenty of possession, 50-50. Brilliant game of football. But in the interview after the game, I guess it's a little bit of a cocky side coming out, but I'm saying I feel I have landed. I am ready to be an elite manager, and I'll probably get clowned like Jose did, but this time I mean it. Before that Champions League win, I still felt like that little coach at Barrow, getting praised for basically winning nothing, and the next game up is the slight derby Leverkusen. I'm doing my research, I'm looking at the side of me to see who the rivals are. FC Köln, who we started last season with. We've got to try and beat them. So far, we're sitting second. We've took 1 defeat, conceded 7. Leipzig sit on top, but Leverkusen, who we play next, also only 1 defeat. Showing how tricky this game could actually be, and DFB Pokal, Leipzig are the real deal. They knock out us as the reigning champions. Obviously, after everything I said, we're 3 for 3 in the Champions League. We beat Apoel and Marseille. Yes, we haven't had the hardest of runs, but this team is being stretched, but only by the rivals Leipzig this season. We're still sitting second, and we're still going for the league title. Don't forget, we could have jumped to Dortmund. That job offer was available. We're changing Fleck around, and we're changing Reyna to a left midfielder. Just go out there and squeeze Leverkusen, do that high line thing. It's the best team we can put out. Hoping for another victory. Kevin Schade holds the ball up. He goes out wide into Gio Reyna. Now, them curling balls have usually worked. He's a little bit tired. That's from getting into the left mid drill. And I still trust him. Throwing into Havertz. Kai Havertz. Ooh! Can't forget this is against his former club, so maybe he will be a bit lacking. We can put Kleinheist on, or Nathan Fernandez. Even better that he's on the bench. He's a bench option now. Bahoya, look at the passing range from our youngster. He might be the player we take everywhere with us. Now Mensch's gone. What a big loss, by the way, that was this season. The 85 rated. Mahoya, no, you can't give it away there. That's sloppy from you. And especially when we're high pressing by a Leverkusen. We've hardly conceded a shot today. You can tell this is a feisty game, as there goes Costa Coffee over the top. Win this header again. He doesn't. Onyeka takes it down. Again, I must reiterate, I want to win the league title more than the Champions League, but I do want to play the Champions League. Well, maybe I don't play it again today. Maybe we try and get through. Hopefully, anyway, with simulation games. If we get into the knockouts, we'll play them. But we need to play the league games. We are yet to face Bayern. But come on, we need to pick it up against Bayern. We don't usually draw games, lads. Come on. Uerman goes back. Barde, we keep pressing. We've got a quicker forward onto the field now. Not the false 9 we usually go with. But sometimes, like we've adapted our style, you've got to adapt again. Nathan Fernandez waits for the run around. He gets it now from Zeitner into Nathan Fernandez again. Looking for the angle, ran into Palacios. Maybe we could blame the weather, but here they go, attacking us very late on. O'Brien through. What a save by Andre ter Stegen. That's his return. Coming out of a draw, I'm pretty sure both teams would have definitely not wanted. Ter Stegen stays at an 82. We just want him to tread water and not go down. Ball playing so his overall doesn't decrease. Coaching players at an older age. December and November, we don't really have tricky games. Guess we're going into January. I'm desperate to play the best of the best. We've took 2 defeats, however. The lack of draws keep us top of this league. And this could be an early title decider with Munich in January. Almost halfway through our first major honour, the Bundesliga. And still, it looks like we basically confirmed going through in the Champions League. With us continuing to grow, continuing to go in the league. Can this team of Warriors beat Bayern? Let's see, shall we? We're not Warriors, we're Lions. And we're going into the Lions' den. It's basically, I'm going to allude to it a lot. It's England going to the Azteca. I've got to keep saying that. The best English game I've ever watched, Mahoya. We do have the option out on the wing of Wesley, but he cuts inside. I have got him on attacking, and he's offside. Okay. I mean, a draw I would kind of take here. Frankfurt up our backsides, but we know we can actually beat them, and Wesley is the main man. Look at that turn from the captain, Rocco Wright. He's shown loyalty and grown under the management when players like Jens Kazdorp wanted out. Mikolenko the same. Is that handball? It's a corner. 3 words for our corner tactics. Hit Big Jim and try and win a header. That's more than 3 words. And oh, Kimmich, he's handled it. I knew it would happen. Finally, the look of hitting Big Jim O'Brien. It's going to be a penalty. Oh, and I don't think it's a handball at all. So I'm going to take it. Kai Havertz, the biggest penalty of his career. He stutters, but he scores! This at the moment is absolutely massive because Mönchengladbach, we sit top of the league. His 12th goal of the campaign. Away at Bayern, Mönchengladbach believe. You've got a manager here trying to actually get a little bit optimistic about himself. Come on. I'm believing. I am believing. We have won a league. We've survived relegation. We've won a trophy. Every season has come apart from season 2 with Stoke, which I'll never forgive. I really should have got them in the playoffs, but every trophy has come our way and every achievement through grit, adaptability, player signings and everything. But that's a bad tackle from Jim O'Brien. Him on a yellow card going into the second half could be quite naughty. Or it's Jordan Bayer. Okay, still, stay calm, stay composed. We've now made it to the hour mark. Give us a water break, please. I know it's probably not as hot as it here is in LA or in England. Musiala, man. First highlight of the second half. Bayern Munich back in the game. He gets the atmosphere growing. Oh, and we've let them walk straight in. I've got to take Bayer off. He almost committed the foul. Sander, the DM, comes in to actually sit in the centre-back slot. Mahoya, please. Been very lucky. It's been a set-piece goal, but here goes Wesley. There was a gap opening up. Rio and Gamoa's now signed for them. Mahoya again. He's going to go into the book. Playing a little bit dirty, bringing the English lower league grit to Germany. But Rio and Gamoa around the corner. Musiala, he's offside. He's offside. We've just had a man go in the book. Maybe I need to tame my ego. Then again, I'm liking the way we're doing stuff now. Please, Kai Havertz. Oh, my days. It's so close. Come on. Kamada. He slips through Jamal Musiala. No. No, no. I don't like the view of Jamal Musiala putting dents into our title chase. I love Gladbach. I love them with all my heart. The best club we've settled at so far. And a mistake from ter Stegen.